Hey my friends, in this video here I want to explain the differences between the two expressions of to get used to doing and to be used to doing, alright? Something that creates a lot of confusion for people, especially in the pronunciation and also little points in the grammar. So let's explain it and let's look at it together. For example, what is a difficult thing in your life that you have learned to do? What's something difficult? Learning to drive. Right? For me it's difficult, or it was difficult. Speaking 100% English at work, I think for some of you that is difficult, right? Or living in a new country. If you change country, it's a completely new experience and it's a lot of new experiences and you need to adapt. The critical point here is that you need to adapt to new experiences. So let's take the example of driving, because I think it's an example we all have in common, right? So remember your first day in the car? Can you remember it? Can you remember the first time you were starting to drive? Maybe you were feeling nervous, afraid, everything is new. You're trying to learn these new controls, right? It's kind of difficult. But 2 years later, it's normal. You feel confident. It's easy. So what happened? What's the difference? From your first day in the car to 2 years later, what happened? You adapt, you learn, you become more familiar. The controls that were difficult in the beginning now are normal and easy, right? So crucially is the idea of you adapt, okay? Now, the idea, the expression here, to get used to doing something, is the idea to adapt to something. This process of becoming more familiar and learning, and something is easier and easier and easier. So let's remember again, the first day in the car. I was nervous, I was afraid, oh my God, a car, right? 2 years later, it's fine. 2 years later, you are used to driving because you are adapted, it's normal. And here, the expression to get used to driving, you are adapting, you are getting used to driving. So this is the meaning, this is the idea of to get used to. It's this, to get used to doing something is the process of adapting, right? We can think of many examples. You can think of your first day in your job. The first day, everything was new and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? And you're learning. And 1 month, 2 months later, it's fine. It's normal because you get used to the situation. Okay? Now we can use it in different ways. We can use it with get used to and a thing or a noun. And then we can also use it to get used to with a verb and ing, right? So one idea is I'm getting used to the weather. I am adapting. The experience is new and I am in the process of adapting. Or I am getting used to life in this country. If you go to a very different country, there's a lot of new experiences and difficult parts. Now, weather is a thing. This country is like a thing, right? But when we use it with a verb, look closely. I am getting used to speaking, ing, speaking English every day. I am getting used to speak English every day is wrong. And you must understand this. This is the crucial mistake students have, right? I'm getting used to speaking English every day. Now, speaking here is a general reference to the activity, is a general idea, okay? Now again, to get used to doing something is the process of adapting. To be used to doing something is an adjective, right? Now, for example, my girlfriend is Brazilian and I speak Portuguese fluently. So it's very, very normal. I am used to speaking Portuguese every day. It's completely normal, no problem. But here I am describing myself. I am describing how I am adapted to this experience. It's not new, it's not difficult, it's completely normal for me. Now, other ways you can use it is I am used to it. When the it is just describing, it's like a pronoun, just substituting the experience. When I talk about speaking Portuguese every day, I am used to it. I don't need to repeat, I am used to speaking Portuguese every day. I can simply say, I'm used to it. And that's it. Now, One problem here is a lot of other languages say I am used, and in English it's sort of to what? You are used to what exactly? It was difficult before, but now I am used. No, it is not correctly. I am used to it. All right? So be careful. Don't use it alone. You must use I used to it. Got it? Now, when we use to be used to something, right? It's the verb to be, so it can change. I am used to it now. I was used to it. I would be used to it. I will be used to it, right? It's not important, right? Now, I used to do it is past habit. And this is the real difference, and this is what you must understand. I am used to doing it is like an adjective. You are describing yourself. It's not important about the verb to be. It can be I am used to doing it now, or I was used to doing it now. It's just like describing, oh, I was younger, I was sick, I was tired, right? But remember the difference of I used to do it is the past habit. And here's the mistake. Here's where everybody has a little problem, where they want to describe that they are adapted to a situation. I am used to do it, because you forget the ing. Now, careful here, because the other person can understand the past automatically. And in this example, I am used to doing it, you are describing yourself now, right? So careful about that little difference, about always getting the right used in the right way and the correct ing, right, in your speaking and in your practice. So let's see some nice examples. Let's train and go slow. You don't need to go quickly. Listening and repeating, getting the correct used and the correct ing in your speaking. All right, let's go. It was really difficult at first, but I got used to speaking English at work every day. It was really difficult at first, but I got used to speaking English at work every day. I got used to speaking English every day. I get nervous because I'm not used to driving on the left side of the road. I get nervous because I'm not used to driving on the left side of the road. I get nervous because I'm not used to driving on the left side of the road. I'm not used to driving on the left side of the road. She was not used to it at all in the beginning, but she got used to it very quickly. She wasn't used to it at all in the beginning, but she got used to it very quickly. She wasn't used to it at all in the beginning, but she got used to it very quickly. They are still getting used to the new system. They are still getting used to the new system. They are still getting used to the new system. If I ran 5 kilometers every day, I would be a lot more used to running. If I ran 5 kilometers every day, I'd be a lot more used to running. I'd be a lot more used to running. If I had not worked so hard at it, I would not have got used to it so quickly. If I hadn't worked so hard at it, I wouldn't have got used to it so quickly. Okay guys, that ends this module about the past ed endings. I hope it was useful. I hope you liked it. In the next one, it's called Little Secrets, where it's a collection of little ideas that are not one big module, but they are kind of separate ideas, and they're going to really help you just learn the little secrets in little pieces. All right? See you there, guys.